There's this poem that I read. It's called Welcome to Holland. All your life you plan this trip that you're going to go to Paris. You learn the language, you're going to eat the food in Paris, and then you finally get on board and you're on your way to Paris. And then the plane lands and it says, "Welcome to Holland." That's how it is with having a child with a disability.
Why was I doing it at this point in my life? I felt that I could offer one child a difference.
So I was thrilled and I thought, oh, this would be a piece of cake. I'm going to plan this. And then Kathleen came 3 weeks early.
It was joy. I was happy, excited, scared because I didn't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Cameron was 7 weeks early. We brought him home and then there was still a lot of issues.
And they said, there might be complications. And then they said, she may or may not have Down syndrome. The whole euphoria that you had thought you were going to go through has sort of been shattered.
When Quentin was 18 months, I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning with him on my chest in a full-blown seizure, and he was out for a good 8 hours in the hospital. When Quentin woke up, he wasn't the same boy.
Often families are having to reshift their own focus. The grieving of those dreams and then the struggle to reestablish new dreams. I walked into it completely knowing Quinn's future with the sole purpose of helping him reach his potential.
When I first had Kathleen in those first few days, it was the unknown. And what do you fall back on when you have unknowns? You fall back on stereotypes, right? And for years, it felt like I had twins, right? Because Kathleen was, not walking early or talking. So I would push a stroller and people will see Laura first, say, oh, she's so cute. And then they turn to Kathleen and stop, like nothing.
I remember going into the mall with the first time with the wheelchair, and I felt like everyone was staring at us. Those barriers are tough in the beginning. I'm trying to explain to him that, just trying to make it okay when I know it's not okay, so that's the hard part.
The hardest times are when Quinn is going through a rough patch and it just never stops, you never get a break. I know what it feels like to be different because I've been different all my life. So I really can relate to him when he says, why am I this way? I don't want to be in a DD class. I get it, and it's hard.
Quentin has a really hard time with communication skills. When you have your only child, you think, you know what, maybe this isn't a bad thing, but it really isn't. You go through a lot of work to actually get that child assistance. And I realized I've got to be there for him, and I'll do as much as I can for him and give him the best life possible. I remember when I was first told about Variety Village, I was angry. It was almost a how dare you attitude. I didn't think my son was that extreme. I know it's probably pretty bad to say, but when you actually go there and see the different levels of behaviors, he fits right in.
There is no other place like Variety Village out there. It's for people of all abilities, so everybody's welcome to participate there.
There's countless numbers of people that are just there with the belief that you can tap into everyone's potential.
To see Quentin in a swim class above all the other children to swim is an incredible accomplishment. I never thought that would happen.
The diving board has so many stairs going up, and one of the instructors at Variety Village threw him over his shoulders. Another instructor followed him up, and Cameron got to go off the diving board. They make these things happen for kids that wouldn't normally be able to do it.
The huge advantage is that it's independence for Quinn. It's just grown and grown, so that now his independence has moved beyond the village.
That builds self-esteem and self-confidence and joy.
As a parent, it gives me hope that the future will be bright for him just like any other child.
It's community. It's way more than the bricks and mortar. You stop seeing disabilities and you see abilities.